In today's video, I'm just going to recreate one of the setups that we looked at in the breakout session today, and it is in SBUX. Okay, now the most important thing about this work is that it can define your risk, so you know when it's okay to stay with the trade versus it's time to get the heck out. So here are some parameters that you can look at in SBUX. If you take 100% of this prior rally swing, low to high, which was $2.71, and you project it from the recent low, check out where this comes in, 55.29. This low to high swing was very similar at 270 versus 271. And then if you ran the other price relationships, you'd run the retracement of the larger swing, you could run the retracement of this slightly smaller swing, and then also this more recent. And you do have other overlapping price relationships. So this was essentially the setup. It was a symmetry setup that had other levels that overlapped it. The zone came in at the 55.28 to 48 area. You definitely had the symmetry in your favor, 271 versus 270. And then what do you need? Then you need to see a trigger that tells you that it's worth placing a bet against a zone. So again, trigger is just price action that tells you that it's worth placing a bet. So in this case, for example, if you looked at this for a day trade, when we traded into this area of resistance here this morning, where is the sell signal? Well, basically, when you had the 834 EMA crossover to the downside here, after testing the resistance, and also in the process you took out a prior swing low. So once both of those things occurred, then it was okay to be short SBUX, and your initial stop would have been placed above this recent high. Okay, now it also has triggered on a 15-minute chart and 30-minute chart for a swing trade. So, you know, if you would have taken an entry with a 5-minute chart, and by the end of the day it also triggered for a swing trade, you could keep it. And let's look at what the potential would be off of this last high. Okay, typically if you're going to follow the pattern of lower lows and lower highs, you know, that we've seen here, then we should look for an extension of this swing. So an extension to the downside. So potential downside target's going to be this 51.85 area if we do continue to hold underneath here. And then also what I want to see is a break of the symmetry and this 618 retracement. So let me show you where that comes in. Here what I did was just measure this high to low, projected it from the high, that gives you the 53.94, and there's also a 618 retracement of this prior swing. So I'm going to look at it this way. You know, we hit and held resistance, we triggered a short. You can still be in it at this point, but if it is indeed going to continue to move in your favor, it needs to break this support next. So that becomes your next immediate decision. If you do break underneath that area, then it is more likely that we continue to decline towards the 1272 target at 51.85. When am I wrong this setup? Well, if it comes back through this resistance.